trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta outprice some y'all. Snake eyes and thanks for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hay. I'm working the ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping the all record, I still count wins when they got it. All record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. All record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. All record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
Vaping's kind of like a plague.
Vaping is upsetting.
When I see my friends vaping and talking about how they spent this much money and how they've gone through this many vapes this week, just like really, it doesn't give me a positive outlook.
Like having to watch people die due to nicotine. In high school, a lot of my friends did vape, and at times I did feel like peer pressure to do it. Definitely prioritize your health and make sure that you are doing what's best for you. And if you need help, to reach out for it. Don't be afraid.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I want to say. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS Men's Soccer here on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, along with our production teams from 91.3 FM and also Yellow Jacket TV. And the pregame show sponsored by the National Bank of Commerce. Yellow Jackets returning home after a one-game road swing this past weekend to take on Northwestern here tonight in Game 1 of a doubleheader of Yellow Jacket soccer here on both 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV. The Yellow Jacket men leading things off here. Kickoff time at about 4:30. The women will be coming up at about 7 o'clock here tonight. So the Yellow Jacket men leading things off.
You're sounding great, but you're not on the air.
Okay, so I don't know what's happening then on your end.
You're tuned in to 91.3 KUWS Superior on Wisconsin Public Radio. We now take you to a Yellow Jacket sports broadcast.
Start over again.
And go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS Men's Soccer here on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network, where it's the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin Superior, where the Yellow Jacket men lead off coverage of our doubleheader here on both 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV. Yellow Jackets coming into this contest as the men opening up our doubleheader.
Keep calling it for YouTube.
3-3 overall, 2-0 in the UMAC under Joe Mooney, his 18th season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket program. 232 wins for Coach Mooney, 102 losses, and 28 draws so far here as he's 17 years plus into his Yellow Jacket coaching career. The Yellow Jackets entering this first game of our doubleheader, having won their third straight overall and their second straight UMAC conference game to open up the 2025 conference slate. On Saturday, getting an early goal and then making a stand up all the way for a 1-0 victory over Crown College at Old National Bank Stadium down in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets struck early in the opening half when Orlando Fertelman scored unassisted his first goal of the season at 1:04 to give the Yellow Jackets the early lead. From there, the Yellow Jackets continued to control the contest, outshooting the Polars 12-3 in the opening 45 minutes on the way to taking a 1-0 lead into the intermission. UWS controlled the second 45 minutes as well, outshooting the Polars 11-0 after halftime, but couldn't expand their lead on the way to settling for the 1-0 victory. For the game, the Jackets holding a 23-3 edge in total shots, including a 12-2 advantage in shots on goal. Patrick Sessions went all the way in goal for UWS, making 2 saves to get the shutout. Meanwhile, Northwestern comes into this contest at 2-3 overall, 0-1 in UMAC. Greg Whedon in his 26th season at the helm of the Northwestern program. They dropped their UMAC conference opener on Saturday, surrendering 3 second-half goals on the way to falling to Bethany Lutheran 4-1 at Shields Field down in Mankato, Minnesota. That game was played on Saturday down in Mankato. In that contest, the Vikings struck first at 39-37. Rodrigo Cardoso scored unassisted to give Bethany Lutheran a 1-0 lead that carried over into halftime. And then in the second half, the Vikings added tallies from Russell M. Tendai at 50:08 and 59:48 before Vicente Oliveira's goal at 63:39 made it a 4-0 contest. The Eagles' Jared Mohardine broke up the shutout with an unassisted tally at 79:07 to make it a 4-1 final. For the game, Bethany Lutheran held a 13-5 edge in total shots, including a 7-2 advantage in shots on goal. Hayden Dionantis went all the way in goal for Northwestern, playing the first, or excuse me, not all the way in goal. He went the first 81-26, making 3 saves before giving way to Jordan Cheetah, who played the final 8 minutes and 34 seconds in goal. So that's where the two teams stand here heading into this UMAC conference contest here in Superior. And with that being the case, we'll take our first break of the pregame show and come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Joe Mooney. That's coming up in about 2 minutes. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Three games since we last chatted. The win against St. Olaf, which we didn't get a chance to chat about, but that was a huge win for your team. And since then, a couple of conference wins here to begin the UMAC campaign in 2025. And last time we chatted, you guys have played a very tough part of your schedule, obviously. A lot of challenges in the non-conference portion. You were, talking about the fact that you felt like your team had been sufficiently challenged to be able to hang with a team like St. Olaf, and that certainly proved to be the case. And then a couple of nice shutout wins in the conference against North Central and against Crown. I just want to get your assessment on the progress that's happened since we last chatted up until this moment here today, taking on Northwestern.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Obviously we can touch base on the St. Olaf match. One of the best games that I think I've seen at the Division III level in a while. We talked about it beforehand, just kind of knowing what their, just their ability level is, how well coached they are. Knew it was going to be a really good game, and I think that's probably the best team that we've seen this year. And so, yeah, obviously, being able to get on the right side of that one and get the win was great. Gave us a bit of confidence going into conference games. And then, saw a very good North Central side at home the following midweek. And we were able to get the win there. Got a couple goals, too, which was nice to kind of break that open a little bit. And then, obviously got a chance to get a good win on the road. We hadn't been on the road for about a month, so that was an adjustment to get back, just to kind of like, the adjustments that it takes to go and play away, all the different kind of game day stuff. So, it was good to get a result down at Crown as well, and now obviously getting ready for a very tough Northwestern side. I've had a chance to watch them play a few times, and I think they're really good. I think they're gritty. I think they've got some guys that can be very dangerous, and so it's going to be a good test this afternoon.
We talked about some of the newcomers on the squad. We know about the guys that have came back. We talked about Jake Kidd. He's got a couple goals already on the ledger for the year. Kind of expected him to score, of course, this year. Seth Davidson, though, the freshman from Sartell. I know you're really high on him. And he really had a strong match, especially against St. Olaf, the 2 goals, the penalty kick goal that ended up winning it for you. And has another goal, of course, as well here in these last couple of games. Seems like he adds another dimension to your team as well, and he's a guy that can really step in and help out secondarily, especially on the offensive side.
Yeah, Seth really hit the ground running, and we knew he was going to be very good, but I think that he brings in just sort of a college-level athleticism already, and then obviously there's the talent to back that. We've been kind of billing him as a bit of a Jake Kidd 2.0, and I think he's already proven that he's got a lot of the same qualities there, and just a really hardworking, great young man. So, it's always good when you've got a player of his caliber who's also really, really fun to coach, and that's exactly what he's been. And the boys already love him. The staff has enjoyed working with him. And he's really led the way for that freshman class.
Looking at that back line also, Alex Paredes obviously having left. You've had a couple different guys play goal. Patty Sessions, unfortunately, got nicked a little bit against Eau Claire, so Luke Lockman had to come in. Did fine, I thought. But I just want to get your assessments of the back line so far, especially with all those changes back there.
Yeah, starting the goalkeeper spot, Pat came in and was electric for us. Right from the preseason, 2 good preseason wins against good Division II sides. And Pat was a massive part of both those games, and then started out the season really well for us. And like you said, unfortunately got banged up. We knew Luke was going to be really good and able to come in and compete for that spot. So when Pat went down, as disappointed as we were, and kind of worried for him with the head injury like that. We were also very confident in Luke's ability. He came in, he was terrific against Eau Claire. Helped us. Against McAllister, helped us get the win against St. Olaf, obviously. And then he kind of came down with his own illness over the past week. So it worked out well that we got Patty back. And Pat, now he's got 2 clean sheets in 2 games. The other guy, we should talk about Henry Rulin, too, because he came in and helped us get the clean sheet against North Central last midweek. At one point in the St. Olaf game, Luke went down and Pat was still not there he was not fit to play yet. And, I looked over at Henry and I said, man, if you've got to go in, I have 100% confidence in you. I think we have 3 legitimate Division III goalkeepers. So that's really exciting. It makes the training environment really fun. And then you mentioned the back line too. Obviously Jacob Wiles has locked that down for us. Roland Wagner, again, hit the ground running when he came in. Adam Caffel provides a lot for us on that left side. And then guys like Ben Lyman have also stepped up and given us some really quality minutes too, and a couple of quality starts. So I feel like we're a lot deeper there than maybe we thought we were going to be, and certainly than others thought we were going to be.
Turn this game today against Northwestern. Obviously, it's a program you're very familiar with. Greg Wheaton now in his 26th season. He's the dean of coaches in the league. Been around a long time, and he returns quite a few players from last year's squad. They're coming off of a tough, opener in the conference against Bethel Lutheran on Saturday. But they're a team that they play their system very well. I know they're very well coached. They've got some quality players up top. What else have you learned about the Eagles heading in this game here tonight?
Yeah, first, Greg Wheaton he's my GOAT, right? I think he is one of the best to do it at this level, certainly in this region. Just a big fan of his. So really a lot doesn't change for them year to year. They're very well coached, they're very structured, they're organized, and then they've got, when they've got a few special players, they can be really dangerous. And so I expect them to be very stout defensively tonight, and I think that they will look for opportunities to break out against us, and they can be really effective when they do. Simeon in the middle, and some of those guys are just I think they're a powerhouse, and they certainly can be at the Division III level. So, we look at this as, I think, as tough as it can get in conference play, and certainly looking forward to a really good matchup.
Those are the words of Yellow Jacket head coach Joe Mooney as the 2 teams are on their way to the middle of the field right now. Well, we will throw things over to our public address announcer here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, Carson Wilhorn, who will introduce the two teams. We'll then take a quick break, and then we'll come back with the opening kick here in just a moment. But going to turn things over to Mr. Wilhorn now, who will introduce the two teams for this one, the two starting lineups coming up in just a moment. So bear with us here.
Tonight's Upper Midwest Athletic Conference men's soccer match featuring the University of Northwestern Eagles and your University of Wisconsin Superior Yellow Jackets. At this time, let's meet the starters for tonight's match, beginning with the visiting Eagles. Number 0, Hayden Dionis. Number 4, Spencer Ford. Number 7, Luis Villalobos. Number 10, J.C. Jones. Number 14, Troy Johnson. Number 17, Nathan Martinez. Number 18, Charlie Van Wyk. Number 19, Jared Mohardine. Number 21, Noah Khan. Number 24, Curtis Tinjim. And number 36, Simeon Friesen. The head coach of Northwestern is Greg Wheaton. He is assisted by Brad Wildman, Derek Skoglin, Isaac Friesen, Austin Gunkel, and Alejandro Alfaro. And now the starting lineup for your Yellow Jackets. A senior from Brighton, England, wearing 00, Patrick Sessions. A junior from London, England, wearing number 4, Adam Caffel. A junior from Watlington, Oxfordshire, wearing number 5, Jacob Wiles. A sophomore from London, England, wearing number 6, Orlando Fordelman. A sophomore from Newton, England, wearing number 11, Kyle Massingham. A senior from Surrey, England, wearing number 12, Isaac Beckett. A junior from McFarland, Wisconsin, wearing number 13, Rowan Wagner. A freshman from Sartell, Minnesota, wearing number 14, Seth Davidson. A junior from London, England, wearing number 15, Harvey McLaughlin. A senior from Waupaca, Wisconsin, wearing number 30, Bryce Bolt. And a senior from Wendover, England, wearing number 32, Freddie Watson. The head coach of the Yellow Jackets in his 18th season is Joe Mooney. He is assisted by Will Mindstrom, Jake Myron, and Brandon Johnson.
Those are your starting lineups for the two teams by our public address announcer, Carson Wilhorn, here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. And with that being the case, we'll take one more quick break and come back with the opening kick of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles, sponsored by Bikers Island Inn. That's coming up in less than 2 minutes. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and also on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Hey, Tom, Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, the national anthem has been played. The two teams are out on the field, and we're moments away from getting this one underway between the Yellow Jackets and Northwestern, the first of two meetings this season between the two sides. They'll meet again on October 11th down in St. Paul, Minnesota. A couple of serious notes before we get the opening kick, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn here in Superior. UWS leads the all-time series with Northwestern 22-5-1 since their first matchup back on September 26th. Of 1997, the Yellow Jackets have won the last 21 matchups with the Eagles, dating back to September 5th of 2009. The two teams met 3 times last season, with the Yellow Jackets winning all 3 matchups by a combined 12-1 margin. They first met on September 24th in St. Paul, with the Jackets taking a 1-0 victory. Their second matchup came on October 16th right here at SCCU Stadium, with the Yellow Jackets netting a 6-0 win. Their third matchup took place on November 6th. As part of the UMAC tournament semifinals, with the Yellow Jackets taking a 5-1 victory. With those wins, UWS now has not lost Northwestern since dropping a 2-1 decision way back on October 19th of 2004. As the opening kick taken by Northwestern, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, is sent into Yellow Jacket territory. UWS wearing white jerseys here today, while Northwestern, they're driving blacks with the purple trim going from right to left. Thank you for joining us for Yellow Jacket men's soccer, game 1 of a doubleheader here, both on 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV. Yours truly on the call for both of those contests, as the Yellow Jackets, Isaac Beckett off a throw, sending it forward toward the 18, looking for Bryce Bolton, and it'll be tackled out of play for the first corner kick of the game off of the left foot of Nathan Martinez for the Eagles. The native of Shakopee, Minnesota, surrendering the corner kick, and the Jackets will head up and flood the 18-yard box now as Freddie Watson on the left foot takes it from the Yellow Jackets near side corner flag, sends it for Orlando Fertelman. Now back for Watson. His cross comes in, short hopped, and then cleared away by Martinez, but then picked back up by Watson. The Yellow Jackets still in the offensive end of the field. And now Northwestern trying to counter back as this ball to the near side, intended for Luis Villalobos, and he is a step offside, so it'll be a free kick here for the Yellow Jackets. Just over a minute into this opening 45 minutes. And we already have an injury here. It looks like to one of the Northwestern players. On the back four for Northwestern doubled over about 15 yards on his side of the field. Rather inauspicious start to the game if you're a Northwestern fan. 1 minute, 14 seconds in, and you've already got a player who is ailing here. It looks like they have not called the training staff out as of yet. But that's probably the last thing you want. If you're head coach Greg Wheaton, you heard Yellow Jacket head coach Joe Mooney giving laudits, to Greg Wheaton. And by the way, the injured player was, in fact, Nathan Martinez, the senior from Shakopee, one of the team captains. And it looks like he's going to be all right now. So we will restart here. Rowan Wagner standing over this one for the Yellow Jackets. Native of McFarland, Wisconsin, will give this one a ride. In toward the 18. And it's flicked out wide to the far side. Kyle Massingham will run it down for UWS. Plays it back now for Beckett. Beckett trying to keep it alive, and it'll be cleared over the far sideline for a deep throw here for the Yellow Jackets. Adam Caffel coming over. He will take it. Caffel lining it up. Jackets right now with about 5 players in the 18 as the throw comes in to the Northwestern penalty area. Picked up now on the second ball by Harvey McLaughlin. And then he loses as he tried to spin through the middle. Cleared as far as Orlando Fertelman, who will now send McLaughlin off to the corner. Harvey McLaughlin now for the Yellow Jackets. He'll play a support ball back. Here's Massingham. Kyle Massingham coming central. Plays it to the top of the 18. Seth Davidson, the talented freshman for the Yellow Jackets, plays it backside. Here's Freddie Watson coming on the left foot. He shoots and he scores! Takes UWS 2 minutes and 7 seconds to break out on top. Nice three-way passing play there for UWS. The goal is Freddie Watson's, his first of the season. Again, 2 minutes and 7 seconds in. Assists on that tally from the Yellow Jackets, Massingham and Seth Davidson, and it's 1-0, UWS in the lead. So how about that for a start? Goal number 10 for UWS on the season. And just like that, the Jackets out in front. Watson was wide open backside as he came in on the right side. Came into the 6 and roofed it over the top of Hayden Dianantis, the starting Goalkeeper for Northwestern, and that's where we stand. 1-0 your score. Now off the kick, Bryce Bolt for the Yellow Jackets, creating a turnover. So there's the announcement on the goal as it comes near side. Here's Isaac Beckett for the Yellow Jackets. Now he turns it over. Coming in at an angle and playing that ball short. With the right hand was J.C. Jones. Not sure where he was going with that pass. There wasn't anybody in a black jersey anywhere near that pass. And the Yellow Jackets' Patrick Sessions getting the start and goal. Gobbles it up in his 6. He'll now send it to the far side. And here is UWS's Adam Caffel. Jacob Wiles now for the Yellow Jackets. Wiles, who spent his summer season with Duluth FC as part of the MPSL. Played a lot of minutes for the Blue Greens during the summer, and he has locked down that central defensive role. He played that spot for Duluth FC during the year to quite a good effect as well. Plays the ball forward now. Here is Adam Caffel, and this one will be out of play for Caffel near midfield. It'll be a throw now for Northwestern. Jackets, as I mentioned in our series notes, dominated the series with the Eagles. Won the last 21 matchups of Northwestern. As the throw comes in far side of the field, tackled out off of Luis Villalobos, but last touched by the Yellow Jackets. Throw coming up here for the Eagles as they get it in quickly. Simeon Friesen on the right side, one of the better playmaking midfielders in the conference. He gives this one a ride, and that one will carry high and above Sessions' goal to my left. So it'll be a goal kick here coming up. By the way, that goal for the Yellow Jackets, like I said, their 10th of the season. Jackets came in today, having surrendered 9 goals. Outshooting the opposition nearly 16-9 per game. And on the way now, here is Kyle Massingham toward midfield. Isaac Beckett blew a tire. Ball falls for Bryce Bolt, and Bolt now trying to make his way through a couple of Eagles defenders. Instead, he gets stood up, and it will be a free kick here for the Yellow Jackets. Right near the center circle here on the Northwestern side of midfield. Harvey McLaughlin for the Yellow Jackets. He will leave it now for Orlando Fertelman, who had the game-winning goal against Crown on Saturday. He will trigger it now for Adam Caffel. Caffel for the Jackets. Fertelman, and they go back now for Jacob Wiles, and the Jackets will switch the field near side. Here's Rowan Wagner. Wagner for the Yellow Jackets, playing it off into space. Overhit it, however, and pass was behind Freddie Watson anyway. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Dianuntis, the freshman from Ferndale, Washington for Northwestern. Goal kick will be taken here by Nathan Martinez. As Martinez gets into one, sends it near side, intercepted easily by Watson. Now Freddie Watson tipping it for Bryce Bolt, edge of the 18. Bolt trying to play it in the middle. Tackled now by Friesen, and he will surrender a corner kick as it goes over the end line. Second corner kick of the game here for the Yellow Jackets in the early going. Taken quickly by Watson. Now McLaughlin playing it toward the top of the 6. Hit it away. Now comes back for Watson. Now he'll clip it back post. Rising up and trying to get to it was Seth Davidson, and we're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a corner kick. As Dianuntis and Davidson, the two freshmen, coming together on that cross into the 6. And both a little slow in getting up. It'll be a corner kick for the Yellow Jackets. Their third of the match are right. This time from the far side corner flag, Harvey McLaughlin, the native of London, England, will go over and take it. And Dianuntis is still down on the turf here, so we've had a couple injuries thus far. 6 minutes and 4 seconds into this opening 45. Jackets are with a goal on the board. Freddie Watson's first of the campaign. He assisted Davidson and Massingham to make it 1-0. And UWS looking for more. A couple of injuries so far also. We saw Nathan Martinez doubled over earlier on, and Dianuntis now is back up and back on his goal line, so it looks like he will be okay, at least for now. And the corner kick now coming up from McLaughlin on that far wing. Bending ball coming in from McLaughlin in toward the 6. Both Wagner and Bolt went up for it. Cleared away now by the Eagles. And now they're trying to trigger it back to a direction. Troy Johnson for Northwestern, and then he has it taken off of his foot as he came in deep by Rowan Wagner. It'll be a throw here coming up. For the Eagles, taken near side, Charlie Van Wyk will take it. For Northwestern, tosses in the corner now for Jones. J.C. Jones. Now going toward the end line with it. Was the Eagle forward and will be tackled out of play. Making the move over there was Jared Mohardine. And a corner kick now, near side flag here for Northwestern. Their first of the match will come from Simeon Friesen, the 6'3 junior from Mounds View, Minnesota. And he lines this one up. Jackets zonally marking, bending ball coming in, rising up as Sessions, and he'll grab that one with no problem at the edge of his 6. He'll hold on to it. Now he wants to counter back as he releases out for McLaughlin right side. Now a long ball in the space for Watson. Freddie Watson on the run. Curtis Tin Jim trying to run him down. Watson gets around him, comes on the edge of the 18. Now puts a shot through the face of the goal. And the shot attempt on the backside there by UWS's Massingham comes up a little empty. Just off. Jackets very close to making a 2-0 contest. As it is, the ball is tackled out. And the Jackets will have another corner kick. This is their 4th already of the half. Out off of Spencer Ford for Northwestern. So near side corner flag on the in-swinger with the left foot by Freddie Watson. Watson for the Yellow Jackets. Bending ball coming into the 6. Dianuntis goes up and grabs that one over the top, and he'll hold on to it here. Dianuntis taking his time here, waiting for his teammates to get forward. Now he'll give it a ride over midfield. Head ball measured there by Isaac Beckett. Now it's Orlando Fertelman. Tinjim for Northwestern, now brought down. Van Wyk. Now he has it taken away by Fertelman. Back for Van Wyk. Now the outside Mohardine. Jared Mohardine now for Northwestern against Caffel on the far side. Crossing in with the left foot. Top of the 18. Now headed forward by Van Wyk. Grabbed by Sessions, and now he'll roll it for Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin on his way forward for the Yellow Jackets. Squares it to the far side of the field for Kyle Massingham. And now a ball into space. And we're going to have a foul called here on that far side. Troy Johnson's going to be the defending party. Got in the back of Bryce Bolt. Free kick for the Yellow Jackets right near midfield. Taken quickly now by McLaughlin. Jacob Wiles now for UWS. Fertelman to the outside. Adam Caffel. Caffel on the left foot. Lifting it inside. Off of his line is Dianuntis, and he'll grab it on a bounce. With both Bryce Bolt and Seth Davidson making a run forward. Dianuntis will hold on to it here. Figures to be a busy day for him. Jackets, as I mentioned, giving up just about 9 shots per game while getting off 16, and that was against very difficult opposition to begin the year. Now here's Freddie Watson coming forward. The ball's brought down. McLaughlin to the far side. Now Kyle Massingham has the ball taken off of his foot. Spencer Ford doing the defensive work, and then his pass to the far side picked off by Caffel. And we'll have a throw now coming up, though, for Northwestern. Fertelman's resulting pass from Massingham off the mark. Another ball tackled out off the throw by Fertelman. Another throw here for Northwestern. Just over 10 minutes in this opening half, the Jackets leading it by the score of 1-0 as Troy Johnson skies one now in the Yellow Jacket territory toward the edge of the UWS 18. J.C. Jones against Rowan Wagner. Ball will go out of play. Throw coming up here for the Northwestern Eagles. Tinjim will take the throw near side. Mohardine. Fertelman off the tackle. Now Freddie Watson. Bryce Bolt. Watson, and now it'll be tackled out here by Friesen. Throw for the Yellow Jackets. Taken by Watson. And actually now he's going to give way. Wagner, who has a very big throw. And the senior from McFarland. Wisconsin will take this throw. Wings it about 30 yards into Northwestern territory. Now here's Beckett. All coming forward, and now it's just going to be a foot race as Johnson and Bolt come together. It comes into the 18, and it's grabbed by Dianuntis as he comes off of his line. Hayden Dianuntis sending it forward. Brought down by Beckett. Now here's Seth Davidson. Support ball back from Massingham. Now Davidson again. Orlando Fertelman for the Yellow Jackets will switch the field for Freddie Watson. Watson on the near side. Has McLaughlin with him. Now it's Harvey McLaughlin. Simeon Friesen making a nice defensive play there for Northwestern to take it off of his feet. And now J.C. Jones for the Eagles coming forward. Crossing midfield. Still on the run and then lost it. But they're going to say it was tackled up by Fertelman. Throw coming up now for Mo Hardin. In fact, he's going to give way now, and it looks like coming to take the throw now will be Noah Chan. Chan will take it. One of the other team captains here for Northwestern. Throwing it toward the corner, headed up in the air now by Watson. And Fertelman now will send it to the far side of the field. Spencer Ford now crossing the midfield stripe. Ball into space now. Kappel off the intercept to the far side. And the Jackets turning it over now right in front of their own bench. It'll be a throw now for Ford. Spencer Ford for Northwestern. His throw coming in for Tinjum. Outside Mo Hardin. Crossing the ball in the middle. Nobody there except for Rowan Wagner, who clears it with the left foot. Friesen collects for the Eagles. And now they'll reset right near midfield. Martinez to the outside. And a foul going to be called here on Bryce Bolt. And we'll have another free kick here for Northwestern. Jackets leading at 1-0. The goal, Freddie Watson, his first of the season. Assist from Seth Davidson and Kyle Massingham. Goal coming out 2:07. That's where we stand as we approach the quarter-hour mark of this one. Standing over this one on the right foot, Nathan Martinez right at midfield here for Northwestern. Sends it into the Yellow Jacket 18. Sessions measuring it. Will grab that one easily. And now Sessions will roll it for Adam Kaffel. In the middle now, Jacob Wiles. Wiles for the Yellow Jackets. Pass to the outside. Through everybody, and it'll be a throw now for Northwestern right near midfield. So Northwestern right now putting on a little bit of ball pressure. Pinning Jackets in deep for the time being anyway. As the throw comes in, Mo Hardin trying to leave it down, tackled out. And this time it'll be a Yellow Jacket throw. Adam Kaffel wanting to go quickly here. In for Jacob Wiles. Wiles for Beckett. Playing it back now for Patrick Sessions, and Sessions for the Yellow Jackets. Outside, Rowan Wagner. Wagner continuing it on now. Here's Freddie Watson. Watson for the Yellow Jackets with space to work with. Finds Seth Davidson, and then the pass back for Bryce Bolt. And the senior from Wapaka couldn't make good contact. Solid first touch with the right foot. It'll result in the throw here for Northwestern. Stick around, by the way, for halftime. We'll have our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. The Jackets in Northwestern. We'll have our first half summary. A look at the first half stats. We'll also have our Yellow Jacket sports summary. All that coming up at halftime. And game one of our doubleheader. Of course, the women coming up about a half hour after we go final here with the men. In the meantime, here's Harvey McLaughlin now. Coming into the 18 of Northwestern. Trying to play a pass to the 6. And it'll go out of play. Another corner kick. This is the 5th already of the ball game for the Jackets. And McLaughlin will walk over and take it here. The Jackets right now, 7 players going to enter the 18 here, it appears, as McLaughlin walks it over. Far side flag will be an in-swinger, with the right foot. And here's his ball into the 6. Troy Johnson for Northwestern heads it wide. Fertelman now for the Yellow Jackets. Turning, left-footed ball, back post. Here's the header down now by Massingham, but he's going to be whistled on an offside. Free kick for Northwestern here. And Dianuntis gives it a ride back toward midfield. Rising up to win the head ball for the Jackets is Kyle Massingham. Now ball brought down by Seth Davidson at an angle. Here's the shot by Davidson. Rebound is there, and he scores. Kind of a funny looking play there, to be perfectly honest. Seth Davidson will get the assist. The goal is going to be scored by Bryce Bolt. His first of the season. That one comes at 16:41. So Davidson with a pair of assists here. Davidson coming in at an angle. Tried to get the shot away. Actually had beaten Nathan Martinez to the ball at the top of the 18. Came in, kind of whiffed on the shot attempt. But he played it right into the path of the onrushing Bryce Bolt, who was coming right down the middle. And Bolt, the senior from Wapaka, Wisconsin, tucks it into the corner around Dianuntis. Right side netting, and it's his first goal of the season, and the Jackets lead by the score of 2-0. So it's 2-0. Yellow Jackets in the lead here. We approach the 18-minute mark. Jackets with a pair of goals already up on the board here. So a good start for the Yellow Jackets after returning home from that win over Crown on Saturday as the throw comes in far side, headed up in the air by Massingham. And now it's forward, leaving it off. Friesen will get a shot away. That one comes in on target with the left foot and then handled by Patrick Sessions in goal. Jackets, high-scoring team typically over the years, and a couple of goals here very quickly for UWS. 2 in the first 16 minutes to lead at 2-0. Now here's a ball forward. Intended for Davidson. That one going to be headed away by Martinez. Far side of the field. In Eagles territory, it'll be a throw now coming up for Adam Caffel. Here's the throw. Davidson far side in the corner, and Martinez again will head it away. It'll be a throw opportunity deep in Eagles territory this time, just outside the 18. It's like Beckett wants to go quickly. He'll take it. Throw in now for Bolt. Tried to turn inside the 18. Bounces in a couple hops, and Dianuntis quickly off of his line to his right will grab that one and hold on to it. Wait for his teammates to get forward here. With the Jackets leading at 2-0. Watson and Bolt the goals. And now ball toward midfield. Headed forward now by Wagner. Hasn't been settled yet. Now it's Fertelman. Orlando Fertelman for the Yellow Jackets. Friesen coming in to take over. Now Jones. And there's Van Wyk now. He loses the handle on the ball. Jackets send it back the other way. Now Davidson against Troy Johnson. Ball bounding around. Now Davidson. Bolt turns and gets a shot away. And leaves it wide. Northwestern having a hard time with balls in the air right now. Davidson fighting with Johnson there. Johnson tried to clear it. He and Martinez got tangled up, and then it fell to Bolt, who turned and let go of a pretty good-looking shot that sailed wide of the post. But yeah, Northwestern struggling right now with some of those balls into the 18. Goal kick now for the Eagles. Nathan Martinez will take it. And his goal kick now coming toward midfield. Isaac Beckett now turning for the Yellow Jackets. Plays it back for Jacob Wiles, and instead it'll be a whistle against Charlie Van Wyk of Northwestern. Jackets taking it quickly with Wiles. Backside now coming in. Edge of the Northwestern 18, it's Freddie Watson. Watson now dancing to his left. Got held up by Noah Chan, and it'll go out of play. Throw for the Yellow Jackets, Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin now will give away for Watson. And Freddie Watson on the throw, in for Bolt. Bryce Bolt. McLaughlin, bending ball, back post, rising up. Kyle Massingham, but they're going to call a foul on him as he went over the top of Spencer Ford. And it's a free kick now for Northwestern. 24 minutes, 35 seconds remaining, opening half. It's been all Yellow Jackets so far. 2-0 your score. A couple of guys with their first goals of the season. Freddie Watson at 2:07 and Bryce Bolt at 16:41. Now off the ball to the far side. Seth Davidson trying to run it down to the corner. Does so. Davidson back. Here's Massingham. Massingham's ball through the middle. And just missing the head ball there was Isaac Beckett. As he came through, tried to head that ball down. The Jackets that close to making it now 3-0. In the meantime, it'll be a goal kick here coming up. Jackets tilting the field quite a bit here, finding a lot of space, especially on this right side here against this Eagles defense. It's like Northwestern right now is playing a back three. Jackets have been playing a 3-5-2 pretty much since middle part of last year. Typically, Joe Mooney runs a 4-3-3, but in the last couple of years, he's changed up his formation a bit. There's now a ball in the Yellow Jacket territory. Wagner and Jones, and it'll go out of play off of the freshman J.C. Jones. Throw for UWS. Rowan Wagner will take it. Throw comes in, gets through Bolt. Flicked up in the air now by Davidson. And now brought down. Here's Jones. Trying to go the opposite side of the field. Took a deflection right back for Jones. Now he's racing forward. J.C. Jones, near side. Here's Mo Hardeen coming in at an angle. Mo Hardeen getting a shot away with the left foot. Near side post covered there by Sessions. He'll make the grab. And he'll roll it off now. Adam Caffel. Massingham will leave it back now. Adam Caffel. Now Beckett for the Yellow Jackets. Switches it near side. Freddie Watson. Gives it back now for Wagner. Wagner now clipping it over the top, looking for Seth Davidson. Davidson for the Yellow Jackets. Crosses the top of the 18, inviting ball, cleared away by the Eagles. Now Massingham trying to settle it. McLaughlin laying it off now. Here's Freddie Watson. Watson. Seth Davidson. Davidson for the Jackets, crossing it into the 18 as well. That one poked away by Troy Johnson, and now the pass to the outlet picked off here by Wagner. Wagner does a nice job to pick out Watson backside. Freddie Watson against Chan, and it'll go out of play. Throw coming up here for UWS. Freddie Watson will take it quickly. Trying to get it in there for Harvey McLaughlin, and the return pass out of play, so Northwestern will have a throw. Jackets going to make a couple substitutions. By the way, UWS, this is the first of 2 games in 48 hours for UW Superior. In fact, 2 games in 2 days is the better way of putting it. They'll be playing St. Scholastica here tomorrow night. That'll be our next broadcast. That'll be a Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. So those of you who are listening on 91.3, turn on your laptops tomorrow for that one. Jackets and the Saints in the Bridge Battle of 2025. In the meantime, ball comes back now. The Anuntis nearly got stripped that they play it back. Davidson came in, got a piece of it, nearly created an open net opportunity, and finally Dianuntis will just smother it. And now he'll send it to the outside now for Johnson, Troy Johnson. And he'll spray his ball out over the top and out of play, and the Jackets will make a couple substitutions. It looks like Elijah Altman's going to come in. And I think that's Alfie Hudd, who's also in for UWS on the far side. And it is Alfie Hudd. So Altman and Hudd come in here, more than halfway through this opening 45 minutes. Adam Caffel on the throw for UWS, far side of the field. They've moved Massingham now to the right side. Freddie Watson is checked out. Again, they're going to have to watch the minutes a little bit here with that game with St. Scholastica coming up tomorrow. As now off the throw. Volleying it forward now. Elijah Altman. Bryce Bolt now taking a fall at the top of the 18. We're going to have a foul called now. And we're going to have perhaps a yellow card as well issued here. Looks like it might be Noah Chan that'll get it. Our referee Brian Wood has his card out, and it is going to be Chan. I'll get the first yellow card. Clock stops. 19:52 remaining in the half. Free kick UWS. Kyle Massingham scored from about this distance against North Central in the game that we had on Yellow Jacket TV last week. He's standing over this one on the right foot. Four-player wall right now for Dianuntis. Now five-player wall. Looks like Mo Hardeen's going to join the fray. And the Eagles are going to hold the line near the top of the 18. Looks like they're going to man mark here, the Yellow Jackets. As Massingham. Standing over this one. Kyle Massingham. Tried to go up and down with it. Instead, he curled it over the top of the bar. And it'll be a goal kick here coming up for Northwestern. Can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets? Tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and me throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you happen to get your podcast. Is off the goal kick. Ball comes near midfield, now headed down. And now it's Rowan Wagner for the Yellow Jackets. Tin Jim turning it back off the chest. Now J.C. Jones. And a little foul called here on Beckett. Jackets look like on the far side, Jake Kidd, Joel Thomas, and Taylor Moore getting ready to check in at the next opportunity. In the meantime, it's a free kick now for the Eagles. Simeon Friesen standing over on the right foot. Clock continuing to move. 18:50 remaining in the half. 2-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. As Friesen skies it toward the back of the 18. Sessions goes up, grabs it right over the top of Jones. And now he'll distribute quickly for Massingham near side. Kyle Massingham angling a ball now for Bolt. Bryce Bolt turning. Bolt now in the middle. Pass back for Beckett. Beckett will switch the field far side looking for Elijah Altman. Altman now. Getting around Troy Johnson. Comes in now. Edge of the 18. Turns on the right foot, does Altman. Elijah Altman still in possession. Harvey McLaughlin now top of the 18. Surrounded by Eagles. He'll play a ball back now. Here's Kaffel. Back for McLaughlin. Harvey McLaughlin being a couple of players before he loses the handle on it. And now a ball into Yellow Jacket territory picked off by Wiles. Jacob Wiles. Alfie Hudd. And now it's Kaffel. In the middle here now, Isaac Beckett. Beckett now will switch it. Massingham. Seth Davidson now on the wing. Davidson now against Chan, taking it wide. Getting a cross away, overhit it. Altman will run it down far corner, and then it'll be slid out of there. And they're going to say, I think it went out off of Altman, so that'll result in a throw now for the Eagles. UWS adding a couple of more substitutions. So it's going to be 5, it looks like, new players coming in. Northwestern yet to make a substitution here as we approach the 30-minute mark. Troy Johnson on the throw. Jones hitting the deck. There'll be a foul called on the Yellow Jackets. It's like Ben Lyman is also one of the substitutes. As a long ball now comes into the Yellow Jacket 18, grabbed the top of his box by Sessions. And he'll roll it now for Isaac Beckett. Beckett for the Yellow Jackets. Back for Wiles. Jacob Wiles now for the Yellow Jackets. Makes a move around a couple Eagle defenders now with the left foot. Picks out Seth Davidson. Nice touch pass now looking for Bryce Bolt. Troy Johnson running it down for Northwestern, and Dianuntis will grab it. For the Eagles, and he will hold on to it here. Roll the ball to the outside now. Here's Friesen. Jones, who they've switched now to the far side. Ford has come near side for the Eagles. And this one will be tackled out off of Northwestern, and that'll allow for the substitutions here for UWS. Lyman will come in, and he will take out, looks like, Jacob Wiles. Also, Rowan Wagner going to check out. Callum Greenan is in, native of Duluth, Minnesota. Throw from Caffel now. Popped into the air, and Greenan coming forward. Alfie Hudd, and he'll go all the way back now near midfield to his own 18 for Patrick Sessions. Sessions for the Yellow Jackets on the right foot for Greenan. Now Hudd flipping it over the top, and we're going to have a foul call. They're going to bring that one back. Charlie Van Wyk had a very big hand of Alfie Hudd's jersey in his hand. Gave him a nice little tug, and that's why the ball will come back. It'll be a free kick right near midfield here for the Jackets. 14 minutes and 35 seconds away from the break. Again, stick around for our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have our first half summary, a look at the first half stats. Our Yellow Jacket Sports summary as well, all that coming up less than 15 minutes from now. Meantime, UWS off the free kick, now have Greenan near side. Callum Greenan for Taylor Moore. Has the ball taking off of his foot. And now coming into space is Curtis Tinjum. Tinjum trying to play a ball in the Yellow Jacket 18. Turned back by Hudd. Now Greenan will volley it forward. Friesen trying to bring it down. Joel Thomas now stepping inside of him. And that'll be a foul on Friesen. Got his arm around Joel Thomas, and the Jackets take it quickly with Hudd. Beckett does well to pick out the far side. Johnson will run that one down, however, if it's cleared away. And UWS will throw deep corner, deep in Northwestern territory. And another substitution here. Beckett's going to check out. And I think that might be James Colt that's checking in for the first time. As the throw comes in. Moore now on the end line. Altman, and he has it taken off of his foot, out of play, off of Elijah Altman. Northwestern have a throw, and now it looks like they're going to make their first sub of the game. Looks like Spencer Ford is going to make way here. And checking in for Northwestern is going to be Braden Morrow. Throw to the far side. Jackets turning it back. Cole had his head to it momentarily. Now Altman. Friesen on the turn. Switching it near side. Morrow. Lay it back, left-footed ball in the Yellow Jacket territory. Headed back now by Ben Lyman. Right into the on-rushing Nathan Martinez. Mo Hardeen, and now he's going to be whistled on an offside. Free kick here taken by Callum Greenan for the Yellow Jackets. We'll play it short. Here's Kyle Massingham, and Massingham angling ball on the wing. Chan now. And he'll play it off of Taylor Moore. Near side throw coming up here for the Eagles. 11.5 remaining in the opening 45 minutes. Freddie Watson and Bryce Bolt goals have the Yellow Jackets up 2-0. Again, we'll be back here in less than 24 hours. The Jackets and the Saints tomorrow as well. As the throw comes in. Eagle territory, Morrow. Playing a ball forward now with the left foot. Now they try to release Jones. Caffel shielding him away with the left foot. Bring it back toward midfield. Now a heavy touch by Tinjin, but he's able to keep it in before it's slid out by Greenan. And now the Eagles going to make a couple more substitutions here as we tick down toward the last 10 minutes of the opening half. Throw taken near side. Tinjim. Morrow. Back for Curtis Tinjim. Now Simeon Friesen. Friesen turning and playing it back now for Martinez. Now Tinjim. And Morrow unable to keep it in. Throw coming up here for the Yellow Jackets. As we go under 10 minutes remaining in the opening half. A couple of Yellow Jacket substitutions. In fact, looks like Eli Benson is going to check in. Kyle Massingham is going to check out. Looks like it's Alec Pyra that's going to come in. Throw near side now, taken by Greenan. Friesen on the head ball, out of play. It'll be another throw here for UWS. Throw in now. Jake Kidd will flick that one forward, looking for Joel Thomas. Taken wide and then cleared out by Martinez. Throw coming up for UWS. Pyra's going to take this one. In for Colt. Colt getting a return pass. Crossing it into the Northwestern 18. Now cleared away back toward midfield. Benson for the Yellow Jackets, heavy touch, and it'll go out of play. It'll be a throw coming up now for Northwestern. .8:51 left. And more substitutions here. Tinjim is going to check out for Northwestern. Checking in for him. Ryan Trabant. In the meantime, the Eagles want the throw in. Here's Trabant now. With his first touch of the game, coming near side against Taylor Moore. Playing it outside now for Morrow. Now Friesen. Simeon Friesen. Friesen trying to dance his way forward. Out of play off the Yellow Jackets. Throw coming up here for the Eagles. Morrow's throw. In Yellow Jacket territory, and then the Yellow Jacket 18. Jones clearing it up the middle. Isaac Zalea trying to bring it down now. Plays it back, and there's a shot coming in. Takes a deflection, and then the attempt on the follow-up by Jones rides high. The initial shot actually kind of skittered along the turf here. And Jones came inside, tried to get a shot away, left it high over the bar. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Patrick Sessions. Hasn't had a whole lot to do other than snaring crosses so far in this half. As Benson now on the outside. Altman. Elijah Altman now for UWS. As the ball tackled away from him, now Friesen will go all the way back for Troy Johnson. Noah Chan. Pyra on the takeaway. Now volley forward by Alfie Hudd. And Dianuntis will go over and grab it. Distributing to the far side of the field. Now the Eagles on that far side. Here's Jones playing it off into space. Lyman with Friesen in his back will just play it away, and it'll be a throw now for Northwestern. Looks like Zalea will take the toss. Jones now coming inside. And tackled away now by Greenan. We'll have another throw here for Northwestern. And now this one tackled out. It'll be a throw for the Yellow Jackets. Elijah Altman's going to check out. I think that might be Valentin Soares on the far side. Don't quote me on that. In the meantime, another throw for Northwestern right near midfield. Go back now, Martinez. There's Chan coming forward. Greenan turning it away. Now here's Alfie Hudd coming back. Colt. Lyman to the outside now, Benson. Eli Benson with a nice move forward. Moore. Colt. Trying to angle the ball near side for Pyra. Hit a little bit short, but it'll be cleared away by Morrow for a Yellow Jacket throw. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining, first half. Jackets leading at 2-0. And led virtually from the start as the throw comes in. Martinez will clear it away from Joel Thomas. That first goal coming just 2:07 in this half. Freddie Watson with the marker. And then at 16:41, Bryce Bolt, his first goal of the season to make it 2-0. Here's Hudd now. Skying one toward the 18, cleared away by Johnson. And now brought down far side of the field by Soares. Valentin Soares now on the run. Does a nice job to evade one tackler. Now Johnson trying to take him off the ball, and he does just that. Throw taken quickly by Benson and for Soares. And he gets tripped up now by Friesen. We'll have a free kick for the Yellow Jackets. About 23, 24 yards, I'd say, at an angle away from the goal. Man to our right by Hayden Dianuntis. Not much wind. In fact, the flagpole across the way is almost limp at the moment. Saying, or this one, Alfie Hudd for the Yellow Jackets. UWS bunching top of the 18. Eagles man marking there. 3:21 and counting. Here's the ball in now by Hudd. They shoot and they score! .41-53 on that one. Joel Thomas is going to get the goal. His first of the season. The assist to UWS is Alfie Hudd. And Thomas's goal gives the Yellow Jackets a 3-0 lead. So 3 goals in the half for UWS. We're 2 minutes and 50 seconds away from halftime here. And UWS comfortably ahead at the moment by a score of 3-0 as this ball to the far side of the field now in Yellow Jacket territory. Volleyed forward. Now Jones trying to turn for the Eagles. Taken by Lyman. Now Hudd coming forward. Takes out Taylor Moore. Moore for the Yellow Jackets. And ball far side. Here's Jake Kidd. Kidd now trying to play in the latest Yellow Jacket goal scorer, Joel Thomas. Thomas. And that ball taken off of Thomas, but tackle out of play by Nathan Martinez. It'll be a throw for the Yellow Jackets coming down to the last 120 seconds of this opening half. Plenty to talk about at the break as the throw comes in. Here's Taylor Moore for UWS against Simeon Friesen. Friesen gets stood up, and they're going to Say it's going to be a throw, I guess, for the Yellow Jackets. Benson will take it. Throw in for Thomas. Turns at the 18. Joel Thomas turning inside. Gets a shot away, and they had plenty of venom behind it, but carries high over the bar, bending out for a goal kick. 1 minute, 35 seconds remaining in the half. Jackets 3 goals ahead here. Playing a lot of players as well, again, with that bridge battle matchup against St. Scholastica on this field tomorrow. Figure to see that the rest of the game as well. As Martinez will take this goal kick here for Northwestern. Gives it a ride toward midfield. And it'll deflect out. Throw here for UWS as we're about to go under a minute remaining in the half. Benson's throw, that one will be headed out of play. Benson throwing it again. Flicked up in the air by Moore. Another throw for UWS. Taylor Marr will take it, it looks like. In toward the 18. Skip through a couple of feet. Noah Chan now with the left foot, playing it toward midfield. Callum Greenan is the first one there for the Yellow Jackets. Now Benson, and he'll go all the way back for Patrick Sessions. With 20 seconds remaining in the half. Colt. Now Benson, 10 seconds remaining. Friesen has it tackled out of play. 4 seconds left. The throw comes in, and that is how the half will end. Yellow Jackets scoring 3 times in the opening 45 minutes. At 2:07, 16:41, and 41:53. And they will head into the intermission, leading it by the score of 3-0. Jackets up by 3. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Men's Soccer at 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, game 1 of our doubleheader. Sees the Yellow Jacket men leading it by the score of 3-0 over Northwestern. The Jackets wasted no time in taking control of this one as we jump into our first half summary and a look at these first half stats. The Yellow Jackets getting on the board just 2:07 into the opening half. Freddie Watson with his first goal of the season, assist to Seth Davidson and Kyle Massingham. There's a really nice three-way passing play between Massingham, Davidson, and Watson. Kyle Massingham getting on the left side, far side of the Northwestern 18, centering it for Seth Davidson, who continued on for the backside running. Freddie Watson came in and roofed a shot over Hayden Dianuntis. Again, 2:07 the time. And just 2 minutes plus into this opening half, the Yellow Jackets were leading it by the score of 1-0. UWS doubled the advantage 14 minutes, 34 seconds later when Bryce Bolt got his first goal of the season. It was kind of a broken play, in fact. Seth Davidson got a pass on the edge of the Northwestern 18, came in. I thought he was actually going to try to shoot it. He might have been trying to shoot it. In fact, that's why I thought it looked like from my angle. But either way, the ball fell perfectly for Bryce Bolt, who was running down the middle of the field, and he came in and tucked the shot over Dianuntis into the left side netting at 16:41. His first goal of the season, and that made it 2-0 in favor of UWS. Stayed that way up until the 41:53 mark, when off of a free kick far side of the field, Joel Thomas getting his first goal of the season. Free kick taken by Alfie Hutt off of a foul about 23, 24 yards away from Northwestern goal. Thomas getting inside and able to head it into the upper right corner for his first goal of the season. 41:53 again the time, and that made it 3-0, and that's where we stand 45 minutes into this one. Numbers from that first half, pretty close actually, considering the scoreline and statistically. The Jackets was 7-4 edge in total shots above both teams with 3 shots on goal. Jackets do have a pretty sizable edge in corner kicks halfway home. 5 corner kicks for the Yellow Jackets, 1 for the Eagles so far. 1 yellow card in that opening half as well, and a total of 8 fouls were called, 5 of them against Northwestern. In terms of goalkeeper saves in that first half, Yellow Jacket starter, Yellow Jacket starter Patrick Sessions with 3 saves so far, while Hayden Dianuntis has not made a save of yet in this contest. A total of 3 offside were also whistled in that first half. 2 of them against the Eagles, 1 against the Yellow Jackets. So those are your numbers halfway home in this one. And with that being the case, we'll continue with our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll take a quick break and come back with our Yellow Jacket sports summary. That's coming up right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Halftime rolling on here. We're about 8 minutes or so away from the start of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles. And with that time, we'll give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary here. Catch you up on all the goings-on with Yellow Jacket athletics here in the fall of 2025. Women's soccer, who have been playing Game 2 of our doubleheader against Northwestern, now at 2-4-1 overall, 2-0 in the UMAC. They won their second straight contest on Saturday, downing Crown College 3-0 at Old National Bank Stadium in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got goals from Sophie Adler at 39:48 on an assist from Bryn Johnson that gave the Yellow Jackets a 1-0 lead at the break. UWS went on to get additional goals in that second half from Cameron Hill at 68:58 and Neve Larson at 73-31 to complete the scoring for the game. The Jackets holding a 24-1 advantage in total shots, including a 14-0 edge in shots on goal. Quinn Clark went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets to get the shutout. Again, Game 2, so stick around for that. Coming up about a half hour after we go final here. In Game 1, Northwestern coming to town on the women's side. 7 p.m. the opening kick, 6:45 the pregame. And, of course, that'll be both here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Volleyball now at 10-6 overall. They won 3 of 4 matches this past weekend at the 2025 Senior Classic presented by Subway over at Mertz Mortar Ridley Gymnasium. On Friday, the Jackets down in Concordia Moorhead and Augsburg by identical 3-1 scores. Then on Saturday, Yellow Jackets split a pair of matches, falling first to UW Stout 3-1 before closing out the tournament with a 3-1 victory over St. Scholastica. Against the Blue Devils on Saturday, Jackets fell by set scores of 25-17, 21-25, 17-25, and 12-25. For the match, the Yellow Jackets hit just 0-61 and were led by McKenna Holbein with 12 kills and 15 digs. Gabby Schwartz and Colleen Clodd combined to dish out 26 assists, while Savannah Herring had 19 digs in the match for UWS. And then against the Saints to close out the tournament, the Jackets won by set scores of 26-24, 22-25, 29-27, and 25-17. For the match, the Yellow Jackets hit 217 as a squad and were led by Holbein, who notched 26 kills and 17 digs. Schwartz and Clodd combined to dish out 54 assists, while Herring had 28 digs. Caitlin Jones also had a big match for the Yellow Jackets with 14 kills and 23 digs. They're next in action this coming Friday, the 26th, taking on Northwestern down at the Erickson Center in St. Paul. They'll next be at home on Tuesday, September 30th, so a week from tonight, taking on St. Scholastica, 7 p.m. The opening serve, 6:45 the pregame. That will be a joint broadcast, by the way, here on 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV, so stick around for that a week from tonight. In the meantime, men's and women's golf. The men competed at the SJU Invite, hosted by St. John's at the St. Cloud Country Club and Blackberry Ridge Golf Club in St. Cloud and Sartell, Minnesota, respectively, this past Saturday and Sunday. In that event, the Jackets placed 11th as a team with a team score of 304 on day 2 and were led by Andrew Slatton, who shot a 72 on the day. On the women's side, the women competed at the Midwest region, hosted by Benedictine at Brightondale Links in Kansasville, Wisconsin, on Friday and Saturday. After placing 16th as a team with a score of 336 on Friday, UWS closed out the tournament by shooting 344 on Saturday to place 22nd in the team standings, and were led by Olivia Wayenberg, who carded an 81 on day 2. Up next for the two teams, men will be at the Grand Intercollegiate, hosted by UW Stout on Sunday and Monday, the 28th and 29th at Grand Geneva Highlands in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. The women, meanwhile, will be at the UWW Invite, hosted by UW Whitewater at TPC Madison and Madison on Sunday and Monday. Men's and women's cross country, both teams competed at the St. Olaf Invitational, hosted by St. Olaf in Northfield, Minnesota on Saturday. On the men's side, UWS finished 9th as a team with a score of 268 and were led by Dylan Udo, who finished the race with a time of 26 minutes and 45 seconds. On the women's side, UWS placed 12th with a team score of 351 and were led by Simone Stevens, who crossed the line in 24 minutes, 10.6 seconds. Both teams will be idle this coming weekend, and they will next be in action on Friday, October 3rd at the Blue Gold Invite, hosted by UW Eau Claire at Whitetail Golf Course in Colfax. Women's tennis, meanwhile, 1-1 overall. They competed at the ITA Midwest Regional, hosted by Gustavus Adolphus on Friday and Saturday in St. Peter. For full results of that tournament, go to uwsyellowjackets.com. They'll next be in action this coming Saturday, the 27th, taking on St. Catherine and UW River Falls at Raymer Tennis Courts in River Falls. Match times are set for 1 p.m. versus the Falcons and 4 p.m. versus the Wildcats. And last but not least, men's tennis. They're opening their season at the ITA Midwest Regional as well, hosted by Gustavus in St. Peter, starting this Thursday, the 25th, and continuing through Saturday, the 28th. The Yellow Jackets are also scheduled to face UW Stevens Point on Sunday, with that match slated to take place at University Courts in Stevens Point. For full match information there, you can go again to uwsyellowjackets.com. So that's your Yellow Jacket sports summary here, as we have about 3 minutes separating us from the start of the second half of this Game 1 of our doubleheader, with the Yellow Jacket men leading at 3-0. And with that being the case, we'll take our last break and bring a close to the halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, and come back with the second 45 minutes of this UMAC conference contest between the Yellow Jackets and Northwestern. That's coming up in about 2.5 minutes. This is UWS Men's Soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Halftime programming again was sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We're getting ready for the start of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and Northwestern. Stick around for game 2. Jacket women will be taking on Northwestern, looking to continue their undefeated start to the UMAG conference campaign as well in that one. Our next broadcast of Yellow Jacket men's soccer, meanwhile, will be tomorrow night right here back at SCCU Stadium as the Yellow Jackets take on St. Scholastica, the annual bridge battle between the Yellow Jackets and the Saints. 7 p.m. the opening kick there. It'll be a 6:45 pregame. That'll be a Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only, by the way, so for those of you listening on the radio, please make a note of that. In the meantime, the two teams are out on the field. Jackets will be going from right to left here in the second 45 minutes. Looks like Coach Joe Mooney has shuffled his lineup just a little bit here. Again, the second 45. UWS on the strength of goals from Freddie Watson, Bryce Bolt, and Joel Thomas leading it by the score of 3-0 as UWS takes the second half kickoff, and we are underway here, second 45 minutes. UWS looking to go above 500 for the first time here in 2025. As a ball now to the near side for Jared Mohardine by the Eagles is out of play, and we'll have a throw coming up now. Adam Caffel will take it. As the throw comes in for Jake Kidd, that one will be headed away by Martinez. Nathan Martinez, one of 3 captains here for Coach Greg Wheaton in his 26th season at the helm of the Northwestern program. Like I said, he's the elder statesman of coaches here in the conference. Jacob Wiles, meanwhile, for UWS to the far side of the field. And that'll be headed away now by Braden Morrow, who came in as a substitute toward the end of the first half. UWS will have a throw right at midfield taken by Rowan Wagner. And that'll be cleared away now by Friesen. So again, Friesen saying that one out of play far side. Throw here for Watson. Now it's Freddie Watson. Playing support ball back, Wagner, and he will switch the field now near side for Caffel. Overshot him with it, however. And it'll be a throw now for Northwestern. Jared Mohardine off the throw. Toss it in for Julian Ortiz. Now it comes back toward midfield, and now the outlet pass picked off by UWS's Harvey McLaughlin. Now Caffel. Adam Caffel's ball. Isaac Beckett back in there to begin the second half. Now Orlando Fertelman has a bounce over his foot. J.C. Jones takes over for Northwestern. Now Curtis Tinjim trying to square it outside and overshot Mohardine. It'll be a throw now for UWS. McLaughlin taking quickly. Wiles now to the outside. Rowan Wagner continuing it on now. Here's Freddie Watson. Watson for the Jackets will go back now. Jacob Wiles, Massingham, laying it off. Now Watson up the far wing, and he ran out of real estate. Next to his own bench, actually, on the far side. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Eagles. 2.5 minutes into the second half. 3 goals up on the board for UWS. Throw coming in, far side of the field. Ball toward the 18, cleared away by Fertelman. Now headed into Northwestern territory. Martinez for Northwestern. Playing into the middle now, Simeon Friesen turning on the right foot. Curling a ball on the outside for Mohardine. Caffel will run it down, and he'll clear it away, and it'll be a throw here coming up for the Eagles. Jackets had a 7-4 edge in shots in that opening half. Both teams had 3 shots on goal, so it hasn't been as one-sided as you might think with that scoreline. Jackets have just finished their opportunities, while Northwestern has not. And now a ball will be volleyed out here by Harvey McLaughlin near side. Throw coming up for Northwestern. Jackets going for their 22nd straight win over Northwestern, dating back to 2004. So quite an incredible streak considering Northwestern's had some pretty good teams in those years. In the meantime, now Kyle Massingham for UWS. Joel Thomas. Thomas with some space. Will lift the ball to the far side looking for Freddie Watson, and it'll be cleared out of the stadium with the left foot there by Morrow. Throw coming up now for UWS. Watson will take it. In for Beckett. Now Massingham. Beckett. Trying to thread the needle. That one picked off. Now Ortiz up the middle. Turns it over. Beckett will run it down, and now he'll go back for Adam Caffel near midfield. And now Caffel will go all the way back to his own 18 for Patrick Sessions. We had 3 saves in the opening 45 minutes. Now he'll clear ball near side. Harvey McLaughlin. Isaac Beckett. And the flag stays down. Now it will go up. Joel Thomas. I think that's the right call. Thomas looked like he was behind the last defender when the ball was played. So offside call against the Yellow Jackets. Free kick, coming up here for the Eagles. Mentioned it in the first half. These two teams will meet again on Saturday, October 11th at Reynolds Field. And St. Paul, 6:30 will be the opening kick of that one. In the meantime, off the free kick, here's Fertelman. Passes behind the intended recipient, Thomas. Now Martinez. Mohardin on the right side. Playing the overlapping run. Near side, Luis Villalobos. And then he couldn't quite get around on his cross. Northwestern looking for a deflection call. Couldn't get one. And it'll be a goal kick now for Sessions. Short for Wiles, and now he'll send to the far side for Wagner. Jacob Wiles sending it forward now. Isaac Beckett laying it off for Caffel. Now Wiles' ball to the near side. That one will be headed away by Mohardin. We'll have a throw coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Right near midfield, it appears it'll be Harvey McLaughlin. He does take the throw. Right back to him from Joel Thomas. Now Thomas has it at his feet. Lays it off. McLaughlin now with some space. Dancing forward, now squares it for Kyle Massingham. Massingham, great ball back behind. Here's Freddie Watson coming in, and he'll score. Beautiful passing play that time by the Yellow Jackets. Massingham getting his second assist. Watson with his second goal. This one coming at 51-24. That was just a really pretty passing play by the Yellow Jackets. Watson winning the race to the ball. Perfectly weighted to by Massingham. Watson getting inside and just touching it underneath Hayden Dianuntis to make it so it is now 4-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Jackets have been clinical in this game. So 4 goals up on the board for UWS to lead it 4-0. And they're in control here as we play on the second half. As the throw comes in now. Yellow Jacket territory. Wiles will clear it out. It'll be a throw coming up for Northwestern. UWS up 4-0. As the throw comes in for J.C. Jones. Now up the middle. Troy Johnson winning the race to the ball. Now Tinjim. Shot attempt now taken by Johnson. Skitters in on goal. That one grabbed by Sessions, and he'll hold on to it. Now he'll roll it near side for Caffel. Caffel for the Yellow Jackets. Orlando Fertelman. Now Jacob Wiles. Massingham, who's had a very nice game. Playing it in the middle. Joel Thomas ranging back, and now he'll square it outside. Here's Rowan Wagner. Wagner to the far side. Beckett. Now running onto it. Far side is Freddie Watson. Watson with 2 goals on the day. Beckett. High cross coming into the 18. Dianuntis off of his line will snare that one, and he'll hold on to it here. Under 37 minutes and counting remaining second half here. Jackets in control 4-0. Now here's Massingham for the Jackets right near midfield. Beckett. And now he'll go to the far side. Rowan Wagner. Jacob Wiles now for UWS. He'll clip one over the top. Johnson trying to play it away from Jake Kidd, who did not start today. Did Kidd. Came in about midway through the first half. Starts the second half for the Yellow Jackets. And here now is J.C. Jones coming forward. Jones maintaining his feet, playing it over the top. Nobody in a black jersey near that one, and it'll go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick here for Sessions. Wiles for UWS to the far side of the field. Wagner, Joel Thomas. Thomas now turning. He'll play a ball outside. Here's Watson again. Freddie Watson right on the sideline. Now cuts inside on the left foot. Watson to the top now. Here's Thomas. Trying to return the pass. Cleared away by the Eagles near side. Throw coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Capel will take it quickly. And for Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin for the Yellow Jackets, turning on the right foot. And then spraying a pass to no one in particular, and it'll be cleared over the midfield stripe in the Yellow Jacket territory. Jones and Wagner. Jones coming out there with it. Now cutting to the inside. And we'll have a stoppage here. And it'll be a yellow card, it looks like, on Jacob Wiles here. 35-15 remain to be played. First card against UWS. Free kick in a good spot here for Northwestern. About 20, 25 yards away from Patrick Sessions' goal to my right. By the way, stick around in between games. We'll have a conversation that was recorded earlier with Yellow Jacket club soccer coach on the men's side, Gus Nascimento. That'll be coming up in between games before we get ready for the women's game. So stick around for that. In the meantime, free kick coming up now at an angle. Like I said, about 20, maybe 25 yards away from Sessions' goal. A couple of Eagles players standing over it. Simeon Friesen on the right foot. Looks like Jared Mohardine maybe on the left foot here for Northwestern. Friesen getting into this one, takes a shot, and it bounds into the goal. How about that for a shot? Wow. He roofed that one left side. Nothing Sessions could do about that one. Just hit that one really sweetly, and it bounds off the crossbar and down to the left side. And Northwestern has a goal back. They now trail 4-1. That goal coming at 64-48. That was a heck of a strike from Simeon Friesen, so full props to him on that one. There wasn't anything that Sessions could do on that goal. So it's now 4-1 as we restart here. UWS now trying to come back. Here's Beckett playing it in behind. Now here's Harvey McLaughlin on the run. Mohardine coming back, and he'll send that one over the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Jackets. Off the corner kick, comes right up the middle. Now Fertelman for the Yellow Jackets. Gets beaten on the ball by Davis, and now he'll send Mohardine on his way near side. Mohardine now playing it in the middle. J.C. Jones. And that one will be cleared over the near side. We'll have a throw coming up here for Northwestern. Throw comes in for Friesen. And this one will be cleared away here by Joel Thomas. Correct my timing on that. It's 54-48 on the goal for Friesen. As the throw comes in, Lyman heading it back up the middle, and now here's Kyle Massingham. Massingham will square to the outside now. Freddie Watson. Watson will slow it down for Wagner. Now Watson again. Rowan Wagner. And Harvey McLaughlin was offside as they played it across midfield. Whistle against the Yellow Jackets. Free kick now for Northwestern. Free kick now. Looks like Troy Johnson will take it for the Eagles. Free kick over the top. Sessions coming off his line will grab it. Now he'll roll it for Watson, far side. Freddie Watson. On the go for UWS. Orlando Fertelman. Turned over. Tinjim now for Northwestern. Here's Jones. Done a lot of good things today. Now he'll play it wide. Crossing ball from Tinjim. Trying the bicycle kick there was Mo Hardin. Missed everything on the attempt. Now Caffel will run it down. Lyman now for the Yellow Jackets. Back outside, Adam Caffel. Caffel angling a ball now for Jake Kidd. The Anuntis' ball now finds Simeon Friesen right near midfield. Game getting stretched a little bit now. And now here is Isaac Beckett, and we will have now a whistle and a stoppage of play here with 32 minutes exactly left to play in game number 1 of our doubleheader. Friesen is down right near midfield. Might have twisted an ankle as he came forward, and he now is back to his feet and walking back. We'll have a drop ball for UWS. Ben Lyman standing over it. UWS beginning to warm up some substitutes across the way. There's Fertelman. McLaughlin now for the Yellow Jackets. Harry McLaughlin carrying, taking in deep. And now Mo Hardin just reaches out and grabs him, and that's going to be a yellow card on Jared Mo Hardin. Didn't even make an attempt to play the ball, just grabbed him by the shirt. Not sure what Northwestern's complaining about on that call. Free kick here for Harvey McLaughlin and the Yellow Jackets. About 24, 25 yards away from the goal to our left. Defended by Hayden Dianuntis. Watson on the left foot, McLaughlin on the right foot. Jackets have been good on set pieces this year. Already have a set piece goal in this one. See if they can make it 2 here. Watson leaving it McLaughlin. Now on top, Fertelman. Now Watson running it down on the end line. Trying to cross it through. Takes a deflection and they hit and score. I think it was Jake Kidd. There was a sea of bodies back there. That goal coming at 58-26. It's Jake Kidd from Freddie Watson. Probably give an assist on that one as well to Harvey McLaughlin, but for now we'll just say Kidd from Watson. And it is now 5-1, and now here's a ball in between. Now Freddie Watson, flag stays down, back behind the goal. He shoots and he scores. Watson taking the pass, backside, going in and scoring again. It's now 6-1. That goal coming at 58-55. So Watson now has the hat trick. I think it was McLaughlin on the assist. I might be wrong about that. Still trying to get the numbers from the last goal. But for now, I'm going to say Watson from McLaughlin. That's 29 seconds apart on the goals. So now it's 6-1, the Yellow Jackets in the lead. So that's all that scoring that was done in 29 seconds. Kidd from Watson at 58-26, and then Watson from McLaughlin at 58-55. And we now have a 6-1 Yellow Jacket lead as UWS making substitutions. And we'll get some of those subs into the game for you in just a second here. Back in, Bryce Bolt, also back in, Taylor Moore. Here's Massingham in the meantime, crossing one inside for Seth Davidson. Davidson getting one, and he'll score. And it's an offensive explosion for UWS. It's now 7-1 as Davidson. Just a pass coming in near side. Davidson standing in, poking it into the corner, and it now is a 7-1 game. That goal coming at 60:09 for Davidson, goal number 4. That assist to Massingham. And we're having a hard time keeping up with all this now. So that now is 3 goals for the Jackets in the last 1 minute and 33 seconds. So a 7-1 contest now. Patrick Sessions is going to come out. No need to keep him in there. Henry Rulin's going to come in and a goal for him. Orlando Fertelman also checking out. Alec Pyra back in, as is James Colt. So a lot of points on the board for the Jackets in this one. So now 7-1 your score. So Kidd off the header, by the way, on the cross. Nice job by Freddie Watson. That was a corner kick or a free kick goal for the Yellow Jackets. That came on the free kick. Watson coming to the end line, crossing one in, and it was headed home by Jake Kidd, who found space at the 6. That made it a 5-1 ball game. Then Freddie Watson gained the backdoor pass, which was a beautifully played ball by Kyle Massingham. By Harvey McLaughlin at 58-55. He comes in and scores his 3rd goal. Hat trick for him. Now another ball into the 18. This one from Davidson looking for Bolt. That goal coming 29 seconds after Kidd's goal. That made it 6-1. And then at 60:09, Davidson on a beautiful crossing ball from the 18, just outside the 18 from Massingham. Davidson scoring at his 4th goal of the campaign. And now here's a ball over the top looking for Bryce Bolt, and that one will be volleyed away over the end line by Troy Johnson, but this game has gotten out of hand pretty quickly here. Meantime, the Jackets making more substitutions. It's going to be Eli Benson. Valentin Soares is back in. Melvin Anderson also back in. Massingham's going to check out. He had himself a day. 3 assists for Kyle Massingham in the game. Harvey McLaughlin also is going to be done. Corner kick for the Jackets near side. This will be their 6th corner kick of the ball game. Looks like Soares will take it himself on the right foot. Bending ball coming into the 6. Ball's just sitting there. Here's Bolt with a shot attempt. That one deflects. Now it's cleared to the far side. But the Jackets responding after the goal by Simeon Friesen with 3 goals in a minute and 33 seconds. And pretty much have put this game, I would think, out of reach at this point. I mean, you never want to assume anything, but 7-1 here, and we still have 27 and a half minutes left to play in game one of our doubleheader. Make for plenty of numbers for the Yellow Jackets, although I have a pretty good idea at this point who's going to be the post-game show player of the game. In the meantime, another corner kick for the Jackets as it's deflected out over the end line to my left. It'll be a corner kick again taken by Soares on the right foot. Bending ball now in toward the 6. That one will be headed away by the Eagles to the far side. Soares will touch it back now. Here's Colt. James Colt skying one into the 18, headed up the middle. Here's Lyman getting a shot, and that one comes in on goal, and it'll be grabbed here by Dianuntis, who's had a rough day in the back for Northwestern. Here's Mohardin now. Playing it near side, Julian Ortiz for Northwestern. He gets dispossessed. Now Davidson, Alec Pyra. Now in the middle, here's James Colt. Colt for the Jackets on the right foot. Now he'll lay it back. Eli Benson. Callum Greenan will send it to the far side, and now Northwestern, they're going to empty their bench here at the next opportunity. Greg Wheaton, seen enough here for this one, and we'll have some of the reserves from both teams getting plenty of action here with 26 minutes and change remaining. In the meantime, here's James Colt now for UWS getting around Friesen. Now he'll lift the ball to the far side. Anderson making the run, headed back though. And Dianuntis off of his line will grab that one on a hop. I think that probably Wheaton will also replace Dianuntis in goal at some point here. Again, there's no reason not to in a 7-1 ball game here in game one of our doubleheader. As Hayden Dianuntis gives it right over midfield. Ben Lyman will hit it wide. Now Colt. Melvin Anderson for UWS. And if you're the Yellow Jackets, you're more than happy with the fact that a lot of the reserves are going to get some time with St. Scholastica coming into the stadium tomorrow to play a game. As Northwestern now, like I said, going to empty their bench here. It'll be a throw here coming up. Like I said, about 7 or 8 substitutions for the Eagles. And as I mentioned, no reason not to in a game that is clearly out of hand at the moment. Throw comes in now, backside. Greenan rising up, getting ahead to it. Now Eli Benson will send that ball forward. Now Davidson off the throw. Soares leaving it. Pyra, now Alec Pyra getting the return pass from Davidson. No ball sent forward. That one taken off, and for the first time, David Kobenlish. For Northwestern, they go to the far side of the field. Now Bolt for the Yellow Jackets taking possession. Sends it forward. Here's Davidson. Davidson one-on-one. The defender kicks it back to the left foot. Gets a shot away. Save is made by Dianuntis. And Northwestern now trying to clear on the far side. Now the Jackets will cross it toward the top of the Northwestern 18. Soares will run it down near side. Valentin Soares. Playing it back now, Eli Benson. Benson for the Jackets. Alec Pyra, and now they'll go all the way back for Ben Lyman in the middle. Lyman now to the outside. James Colt serving a ball on the wing. That one headed down by Northwestern. Picked up now. Davidson gets clipped from behind. It'll be a free kick here for the Yellow Jackets, about 30 yards away from goal. Shots, by the way, now up to 14-6. Jackets highly efficient. 9 shots on goal, 7 goals for the Yellow Jackets. They're holding a 14-6 edge in total shots and 9-5 in shots on goal. Pyra standing over this one. He'll play it outside now for Colt. James Colt. And that one will deflect out. It'll be a corner kick for the Yellow Jackets. Their 9th corner kick of the game. More than halfway through the second half of action. We'll have a brief post-game recap here of Game 1, and then we'll have a break in between games in which we will catch up with new Yellow Jacket men's club soccer coach Gus Nascimento. That'll be coming up in between games. Stick around for that. Here's the corner kick by Soares. Cleared away by Northwestern. Back up the middle. Anderson. Anaya now in the game for Northwestern, trying to play it to the far side, and Eli Benson will take the opportunity just to clear it away. Throw coming up now for the Eagles. Now ball up the middle. Off of Anderson. Throw coming up for Northwestern. Far side of the corner, and it'll be headed down into that far side. Anderson coming in to win the tackle for UWS, and it'll be another throw here coming up. Like I said, it's not that the Jackets have really tilted the field all that much, although shots 14-6. Overall, 9-5 in shots on goal. So they have had the better of the play, but not so much that you would think it would be a 7-1 ball game. But UWS has just been clinical in their chances. When you're scoring 7 out of your 9 shots on goal, you're about as efficient as you can get. In the meantime, now Seth Davidson. Ball across midfield, intended for Anderson, that broken up. And the Eagles now will play it back to the outside, near side. Talon Henderson now playing the ball right side. That one picked off, and now it'll be pumped long by Carter Dietrich. It'll come in for Ruland, and he'll just keep it down there for the Yellow Jackets. Ruland playing it with his feet. Saw him come in against North Central earlier in the Yellow Jackets' first conference game here of 2025. Now here's Anderson. Davidson continuing it on. Now here's Bryce Bolt. Bolt, who has a goal today, takes it off in the corner. Now he'll cross in with the right foot. All headed up the middle. And now a shot attempt from the outside by Greenan, and that one will carry over everything. And out of play. Under 20 minutes remaining, game number 1. Jackets on their way to seemingly a 3-0 record, and they'll go to 4-3 overall here with St. Scholastica coming in to SCCU Stadium tomorrow night. That'll be our next broadcast. The Jackets have a nice long winning streak against the Saints also intact heading in that game tomorrow night. Meantime, now Northwestern. Ball up the middle looking for David Kobenlish. Kobenlish now going through a couple of players. Now Bryce Bolt getting through. He plays in now on the left side. Here's Seth Davidson inside the 18, leaving it back, looking for Benson. Now here's a shot attempt, and they'll score. And the deluge continues. It's Bryce Bolt's second of the game. Another assist for Davidson. And it's now 8-1 with 18:48 left to play. That goal coming at 71-12. Bolt second. Davidson the assist. So the Jackets so far in this half have scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. They had 3 at the half. And now we're going to have the substitution in goal. Kind of wondering when that was going to take place. Checking in now for Northwestern. Is Jordan Cheetah. He will come in now to replace Dianuntis, and the Jackets going to make some substitutions here as well. After the latest goal, Elijah Altman's going to come back in. Jack Lay also going to come in for the first time. As is Jacob Steffes for UWS. Jackets coming in again. This time it'll be tackled out over the end line off of Valentin Soares. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Jordan Cheetah, 5'10 freshman from Circle Pines, Minnesota. You know, Simeon Friesen scored that goal. Feels like a long time ago. That made it a 4-1 contest, but the Jackets just unrelenting pressure since that time. And now leading it by the score of 8-1 over Northwestern. We'll have a free kick now. Foul called on the Jackets right near midfield. Dietrich will take the free kick here for the Eagles. Sends it into the 18. Ben Lyman measuring the head ball. Now Steffes. Jack Lay for the Yellow Jackets, trying to tackle it toward midfield, and now the Eagles will take possession. Steffes will go back. Now Cheetah. And Cheetah will play it to the far side, headed down by Melvin Anderson. Steffes, he goes down in a heap. We play on. Colt now taking it wide. Colt crossing in. Looking for Elijah Altman. Altman for the Yellow Jackets will run it down in the corner. Dances around a couple of Eagle defenders. Now cuts back to his left. Splits a couple of players. Still on the move. And now finally it'll be tackled off of his foot by Carter Dietrich. Throw coming up here for the Yellow Jackets. Eli Benson looks like he'll be the one to take it. Throw coming in. And we'll have a high boot called here on UWS's Jack Lay. It'll be a free kick here coming up. Dietrich's ball up the middle. Pyra off the intercept. Lay now laying it off for Anderson, who comes in the edge of the 18, and now that'll be tackled out, and another corner kick here for UWS. Jogging over will be Soares to take this one. Approaching the last quarter of an hour here of this one. Northwestern will be next in action, by the way, on Saturday, taking on Martin Luther. So a chance to rebound there for the Eagles in the meantime. Here's the corner kick from Soares. Curls through the 18, running it down now will be Callum Greenan for the Yellow Jackets. He'll lay it back for Eli Benson. And now this one will be sprayed out by the Eagles for a Yellow Jacket throw. That was Stephen Vela, by the way, who sent it out for Northwestern. In the meantime, now here's the throw in for Lay. That one will go out of play. Throw for Benson. In for Altman in the corner. Elijah Altman lost his footing. Now here's a ball in the Yellow Jacket territory. Foot race now. Ben Lyman racing back. Well done to pick out Ruland all the way at the back. Henry Ruland now will square it to the far side. Pyra for the Yellow Jackets. Goes all the way back now for Ruland. Now turning is Colt. Picking out Pyra. Now Colt. Always good to get the reserves as much time as possible. You never know when you might need them. As here's Melvin Anderson now. Nice overlap. Here's Steffes. Lay back for Steffes in the corner. Steffes for the Yellow Jackets, keeping the ball. Looking it back now. Here's Lay for the Yellow Jackets, back for Steffes. Good work from Steffes in the corner. There's some tight spaces in there, and it comes all the way back now, and here's Greenan. The unit for Colt. Jack Colt, some nifty footwork there on the right foot. He'll get away from a Northwestern defender, and now here's a ball from Pyra, near side. Overhit the pass, though, intended for Altman. Throw coming up here, and the Eagles going to make a couple substitutions here as the clock continues to move. 13 minutes, 30 seconds. And Northwestern going to get, I think, the last two guys that started the half out of there. Charlie Van Wyk will come out, as will Braden Morrow here for Northwestern. There's the throw coming in now near side. Popped in the air by Pyra. Here's Soares. And a foul going to be called on Elijah Altman right near midfield. We'll have a free kick now coming up for Northwestern. Carter Dietrich will take it for the Eagles. Sends it into the 18. Ruland off of his line will grab that one on a hop, and he'll hold on to it here. Now he'll roll it near side. Eli Benson. Benson. Far side now Greenan. Melvin Anderson for the Yellow Jackets. And that one will go out of play. And we'll have a substitution now for UWS. Four new players going to come in here for the Jackets with 12 minutes and 15 seconds left in this one. Jackets on their way to 4-3 and a perfect 3-0 in the UMAC here. As the Eagles put it in, Northwestern, by the way, will drop to 2-4 on the season as this one comes into the 18. Ruland will grab it, and he'll roll it now far side. Now Altman on the tackle. In there for the Jackets is Joe Eklund. He's one of the new players. Now Steffes on the far side as they played him up the wing, and Dietrich will tackle that one out. Biggest thing you want to not see in a game like this at this point is also an injury to somebody. Throw comes for Adam Schmidt, who's checked in for the first time. Now he'll be cleared back toward midfield. He was one of the substitutions that came in a minute ago. Did Adam Schmidt. Now Benson tangled up. Schmidt coming to try to grab that one. Now a ball into the 18, coming off his line and smothering that one will be Ruland. Now he'll distribute to the far side of the field. And we'll have a foul called on Northwestern. They're going to get David Kobenlish with that one, so it'll be free kick right near midfield for UWS. Jackets will not have much time to celebrate. Like I said, they'll start their preparation for St. Scholastica here tomorrow night. Probably right away when this one goes final. Northwestern will have a chance to bounce back against Martin Luther on Saturday. As the throw comes in now. Schmidt will lay it back now. Here's Benson, back for Adam Schmidt. Eli Benson. This one will be tackled out by Kobenlish. Throw coming up for UWS. We're about to go under 10 minutes left in this one. As the throw comes in. By the way, our post game, however brief it may be, will be sponsored by Synovus Energy. As Cheetah now plays it to the far side. Jackets able to intercept. Here's Lay now coming forward. Stripped of the ball. Northwestern trying to come back the other direction. Grant Janowick playing it now for Isaac Zalea. And now Pyra will play it into his own 18 in his own half of the field for Ruland. Now ball to the far side. Interception by the Eagles. They give it right back, though, as Greenan now comes up the middle. His pass for Eklund. Got broken up, and now they're going to call a foul on Joe Eklund. Free kick here coming up. 8 minutes, 53 seconds left. UWS with a dominating performance today. Season high in goals for the Yellow Jackets. And the free kick taken, put in on goal, grabbed here by UWS keeper Henry Ruland, and he'll roll it near side now for Benson. Elijah Altman now for UWS. Callum Greenan. Playing now is Steffes. Now Eklund. And Altman is well offside. Carter Dietrich will take the free kick here for Northwestern, gives it right over the top. And that will come in now on a hop, and Ruland will grab it. And he'll hold on to it here. It's really turned into a beautiful night, by the way. I know we haven't talked about the weather all that much. It was foggy for most of the day, and then once the fog burned off, now we literally have no clouds in the sky anywhere. Temperature's probably in the upper 50s, low 60s, and not very much wind, a little bit. But if you would have asked the folks in the area earlier today if this is how the day would have turned out, they would have probably said no. But it's turned into a truly beautiful night here in Superior for soccer, as Jackets now have a free kick right near midfield. Here's Greenan coming forward. Now Colt. Actually, that's Lake coming in. Banging across the face. A goal, and they score. 6th goal of the half. This time it's Steffes on the assist from Jack Lay. That goal at 83-31. I have to go back and see the largest margin of victory the Jackets have had against Northwestern. I think this is probably going to be it. So, if you would have told me it was going to be a 9-1 game at one point, I would have told you were incorrect. But it's also the most goals the Yellow Jackets have scored at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium since this facility opened last year. So 6 goals in the second half for UWS. Now Northwestern back to their direction as they leave it outside. Janowick now running it back to the direction for Northwestern. Is Ryan Trebant. Trebant's pass through the middle. Kobenlish. This ball taken off of his foot now by Anderson, and now a foul going to be called. We'll have a free kick for the Yellow Jackets. 5 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Eli Benson for the Yellow Jackets. Lay now. Flicking with the inside of his foot. Benson. And he'll run out of real estate near side. Throw coming in now. And Green will go all the way back for Ruland. now we're going to have a foul called on the Eagles behind the play as they tried to release Joe Eklund forward, did UWS. We'll have to restart Benson. Through the middle now, Alec Pyra. Steppes who scored his first career goal as a Yellow Jacket. Now will square it to the outside. And now another ball into space off of his line will be Jordan Cheetah, and he'll grab it for the Eagles, giving it a ride back toward midfield. And now that one will be headed out by Green into the far side of the field. Kept in or there by Adam Schmidt. Now here's Pyra. A couple of runners and Eklund and Steppes, and now here's a ball for Eklund. And again, Cheetah will grab this one. Now he flicks it to the near side. Touched there by Vela. Now Vela. Tackled off him by Anderson. Far side of the field. Now the Jackets will leave it back. Intercepting now. Northwestern has a chance to come forward. And running out of room as he came near side was Eli Benson off the breakup of the counterattack from Northwestern. Throw for the Eagles comes in now. Coben Lish. Outside. Zalea now. Trying to cross it in, headed out to the near side, and Lay will draw the foul. It will be a free kick now, ticking down toward the last 3 minutes of this one. Jackets going to grab their 22nd straight win here against the Eagles, dating back to 2004. And they will go to 23-5-1 in the all-time series against the Eagles. Play again, these two teams, on October 11th. I would think that would probably be a different looking ball game than this one. Rulin for the Jackets in his own 18. Sending it toward midfield. Now Trey Bant for Northwestern, playing it back, angling the ball with the right foot is Vela. Far side of the field, intercepted over there. And UWS now will play it all the way back into the 18 for Ruland. Anderson on the right foot. And we'll have a foul call now on the Eagles. I think they're going to get Vela on the call. Freshman from Katy, Texas. 1 minute, 50 seconds here. It's all that separates the Jackets from win number 4. Free kick taken, far side. Now Eli Benson with 90 ticks of the clock remaining. This foul going to be called on the Yellow Jackets. Carr Dietrich will line this one up. 1 minute, 10 seconds now left. And our post-game recap looming here. As this ball is given a ride over the top of everything, and 55 seconds is all that remains here in this one as Ruland will line it up from the goal spot. He'll play it short. Callum Greenan now to the outside. Ball through the middle, intercepted momentarily. Now it comes back to the outside. Not a play for a Northwestern throw. Half a minute now left. Josiah Mezzi, now he gets dispossessed. Here's Lay coming forward. Off for Eklund. Cheated off of his line, will smother it. 20 seconds now left. And now 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And the clock runs out. Somewhat mercifully, I guess, if you're a Northwestern person, and actually for the Jackets as well. UWS, as we jump into our post-game show and post-game recap, sponsored by Synovus Energy, scoring 3 times in the first half, 6 times in the second, and they defeat Northwestern 9-1. Recapping the Yellow Jacket goals, Watson got started at 2:07, and it was pretty much all downhill from there if you're a Northwestern fan. His first of 3 on the day at 2:07 to make it 1-0. Bryce Bolt with the first of 2 for him at 16:41 to make it 2-0. And then at 41:53, Joel Thomas to make it 3-0. Second half, Freddie Watson with his second goal off an assist from Massingham at 51:24 to make it 4-0. Simeon Friesen, 3 minutes and 24 seconds later, breaks up the shutout with a banging free kick from about 25 yards out to make it 4-1. And at that point, you wondered if Northwestern would be able to push back further. But to answer that question, the answer was no, because the Jackets scored 3 times in a minute and 33 seconds to make it a 7-1 contest from there. And it was pretty much all downhill sledding from there. Jake Kidd opening up that flurry at 58:26. Then Watson completing the hat trick 29 seconds later at 58:55. And then Seth Davidson, off an assist from Massingham at 60:09, completes the scoring burst, and the Jackets were up 7-1. And from there, they get additional goals. Bryce Bolt, his second of the game at 71:12 from Davidson to make it 8-1. And then the Yellow Jacket freshman, Jacob Steffes, with his first career goal from Jack Lay, that coming at 83:31, and that completed the scoring and this 9-1 final score. Numbers in this one, Jackets with a 16-7 edge in shots, including 11-6 in shots on goal. 10 of the 11 corner kicks that were taken in the game went the Yellow Jackets' way. A total of 3 yellow cards were handed out. 2 of them against Northwestern. A total of 11 fouls in the game. 7 of them against the Eagles. 6 offside whistled in the game. 4 of them against the Yellow Jackets. And as far as goalkeeper saves, for UWS, Patrick Sessions and Henry Ruling combined to make 5 saves, while on the other side, Hayden Dianuntis and Jordan Cheetah combined to make 2 saves for Northwestern. Your post-game show player of the game, Freddie Watson, the hat trick for him. Gets his first 3 goals of the season, and he is your post-game show player of the game. Jackets now 4-3 on the season. They'll be right back here tomorrow night taking on St. Scholastica in the annual Bridge Battle of 2025. That'll be a Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only, so please make note of that. 7 p.m. the opening kick against the Saints, 6:45 the pregame with yours truly. A big thank you to Bradley Lellis, who was my producer here at Yellow Jacket TV. Meanwhile, back at the studio, we had 3 different people helping produce the first game of our doubleheader here. As Tom Hansen opened up, then it was Wyatt Tischler, and right now it's Gus Schupp, and he'll be with me for game 2 as well. So a big thank you to those 3 back in the studio, and a big thank you to Bradley Lellis, and a big thank you to everybody who tuned in. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast of game 1, and we hope you'll join us for game 2 as the Yellow Jacket women getting set to take on Northwestern. That'll be taking place in about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we will have a conversation with Yellow Jacket men's club soccer coach Cos Nascimento. That'll be in between games, and then we'll come back in about 15 minutes for the pregame show with the women as they take on the Eagles. In the meantime, this is Matt Johnson signing off, repeating the final score. Game 1 of our doubleheader, Yellow Jackets winning it, UWS 9, Northwestern 1. Thanks for listening, everybody. The women's game is coming up in, like I said, about a half hour. This is UWS men's soccer on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.